We are now moving to lesson 4. And this is a very short lesson, and there isn't much new, except there is a lot of new paradigms. So nothing that new in terms of grammar and information, but in terms of paradigms, there is quite a bit here. So lesson 4 is about the second declension. So lesson 3 was the first declension. And remember, declension is just a form of noun. So there's not a difference in meaning, but it's a difference in form. First declension is typically with feminine words. Second declension is with masculine and neuter. And we can see this in the vocab. If you remember, the article comes second in the word, and that tells you what gender the noun is. So, Adolfos, and then it has O here. That tells you that Adolfos is masculine gender. Or if you move down here, you have Ergon has to, and that means that it is neuter gender. So if it has to, it's neuter. If it has o, it's masculine. If it has the eta, or e, that is feminine. So we come over here, and it gives you the charts for the second declension. What makes the second declension different from the first declension is you have the omicron as the ending letter in the form. And so both masculine and neuter have the omicron, although the endings at the end are a bit different. So you can see those there. So you'll need to memorize these. These are important. Most nouns are along these forms. I'm going to go to the back to the paradigms, and I'm actually going to go to adjectives, because here it has the first and second declensions all side by side. So this is normally how you'll see nouns. I think this is helpful. This is a helpful way to remember nouns. So this helps us compare and contrast. So notice here in the nominative, they're all different. You have a sigma at the end of the masculine, nothing at the end of the feminine, and a new at the end of the neuter. And then notice that in the neuter, the nominative and the accusative are the same in both the singular and in the plural. You can see it over here. You have on in the nominative accusative singular, and then you have a in the nominative and accusative plural. Okay? In genitive, you have u and u in the masculine and neuter, so those are the same. Feminine is different with is. In the dative, all three forms have the iota subscript. Masculine and neuter are identical. Feminine has the either eta or alpha, but they all have the iota subscript, which is the distinguishing factor for the dative. And then in the accusative, they all have nu, which is good. Vocative, the masculine changes, feminine doesn't, neuter doesn't. So masculine is the only one that changes there. Moving on to plural, notice here that masculine and feminine are the same, right? Except feminine has the alpha and masculine has the omicron. But they both end in that iota there. So that's helpful. But remember, neuter has the same, the nominative and the accusative plural with the a. Genitive, they are all the same. Kalon, kalon, kalon. So if you see on, there is a good chance it is genitive plural if it's a noun. And then in the dative, they're all the same. The masculine and neuter are the same. The feminine has an alpha instead of the omicron, which we'd expect, but otherwise it has the iota sigma at the end. And then in the accusative, these are different. So you have kalus, kalas, and kala in the plural. So let's go back up to lesson 4. So it gives you the endings. You'll have to memorize these. And then it gives you accents. And again, don't really worry about the accents. It gives you multiple words here. You just need to memorize one. They're all the same. So just memorize like logos and ergon, and that should be sufficient. In the next lesson, we'll have the article, which that was in our paradigm, if you noticed that. Let's go here. The article up here. The article is almost identical to the noun endings. So we'll memorize that for next week, but that's also a good thing to keep in mind that we will memorize, and this is a way of memorizing the masculine, feminine, and the neuter. But yeah, so I would recommend here memorizing the logos and ergon for now. So, all right, get to work.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Bible Toolbox. All of the resources mentioned in this episode are posted on our website, thebiblettoolbox.com. There you can also find out more information on how to give and support us. And we have loved all of the encouragement and feedback we've received from you. So thanks so much.